After uploading a video just yesterday about IGN's gameplay video, Gameinformer went ahead and uploaded their own exclusive Resident Evil video. But unlike IGN's video, Gameinformer didn't just show gameplay, they also dropped some major info about the upgrade system and the crafting feature that has never been introduced in a Resident Evil game. I don't want to talk about the actual gameplay in this video. I already talked about it in my last video. You can check it out. I would like to quickly go through all the new things Gameinformer introduced in their 2-minute video. But as always, take the time to like and subscribe for more Resident Evil content. The very first thing we see is the hunt. In Resident Evil 7, Ethan had to overcome molded creatures that were all over the baker's house. In Resident Evil Village, Ethan will not only be up against the Lycan and vampires, he will go up against chickens. No, these are not infected. They will serve as a good source of protein to fight against the creatures that are trying to eat you. Yes, Capcom will be adding animal hunting and gun fishing in Resident Evil Village. The idea is very similar to other games. Hunt animals, use animal droppings to cook food that you will eat to give you permanent stat upgrades. Okay, so that was very poorly worded. Ethan will hunt animals and he will use the meat that they drop to cook meals that will give him stat upgrades. Sort of like Final Fantasy 15, but it doesn't look like I will waste 15 minutes looking at a dish while drooling over it like I did in Final Fantasy 15. But this is new. We have never cooked in a Resident Evil game before. The closest thing we got to eating real food was in Resident Evil 4 when Leon ate eggs and fish. But he didn't go as far as cooking them, he just ate them raw. And we were able to go fishing in Resident Evil 4, but that had dire consequences. Adding a cooking mechanic to Resident Evil tells us something very important. It tells us that Resident Evil Village will be massive. This will easily be the largest Resident Evil game. In my last video, I talked about why the developers of Resident Evil Village will allow us to use currency and buy bullets and upgrade weapons. And I said that feature is there so that we are able to handle what will be thrown at us. More enemies require more bullets. Cooking is no different. The devs are adding this feature to equip us with the necessary tools required to play through this game. For us to cook, we need to hunt. For us to hunt, we need lots and lots of space. You won't be hunting anything in tight hallways. This reminds me of Red Dead Redemption or the Far Cry games, except for the chicken part. A chicken sees you with a weapon and comes right after you? Well, that reminds me of just one game. Like I said, hunting will require space, and since we will be getting that space, we will also be getting the tools that will allow us to take advantage of that space. Like the return of the sniper rifle. The sniper rifle didn't make an appearance in Resident Evil 7 because it wasn't necessary. Most of the game took place in closed spaces, so there was no need for it. And when you look at what the merchant offers, it looks like he offers weapons for sale, but he also offers weapon recipes. The first one we see here is bigger inventory slots. The second one is a recipe for shotgun shells. The third one is for sniper bullets. The fourth one is a recipe for a pipe bomb. And I'm not really sure what the fifth recipe is for. Maybe a scope? If someone knows, just write it in the comments. And then you have the gun upgrade screen. I believe these are the amount of slots that you can utilize to add weapon features. For instance, the handgun has the high capacity mag and recoil compensator. So you could probably switch those for something different. Sort of like Resident Evil Revelations upgrades. The inventory screen is something we saw before. It looks a lot like Resident Evil 4 screen. It looks like all the meat that you can cook will be taking inventory space, so inventory management will play a role. Fish ingredients gathered from fish. straightforward. Although I don't think Resident Evil Village will be as scary as Resident Evil 7, I'm still hyped and can't wait to get my hands on this game. The game looks fun, the game looks massive, I can't wait to see the showcase. I was a little concerned before I saw this new video today, but I don't know, the more I see, the more I want to play this game. What do you guys think of these changes so far? I'm going to be making more videos, so let me know what you think in the comment section. If you want to see more Resident Evil videos, please share, like, and subscribe, and I will see you after the showcase.